Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is Madden Money Shot, bringing you another Madden 19 MUT tip. Today, I'm going to finish the Calvin Johnson set. I know there's probably people out there that had a bunch of coins and already finished this set and put up videos on YouTube, but I had no coins when the Calvin Johnson set dropped. I had literally like 20,000 coins because I did a bunch of MUT heroes. So in this video, I'm going to show you the method that I used to get Calvin Johnson, in my opinion, pretty quick. You can see him one card away. You can see I got 245,000 coins there. That's more than enough to buy it. So like I said, I'm going to go over in this video a tip on how I grinded this guy out. And I want to say like a week or two. I'm not entirely sure how long it took, but this was, you know, it was a grind. It was a serious grind. I'm going to show you how I did that. Now that I have grinded all these cards, I'm wondering if it's really worth it to complete the set and get all these guys nats. There's certain players on this team or on this list right here that are making my team and making it better. Derwin James, I got rid of my strong safety so that I could have Derwin James as a starter. Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie, I love this guy. He's tall, he's fast, he's perfect. He's not very agile, but he's a great cornerback. He definitely makes the starting lineup. Jimmy Graham would be my backup tight end. Kyle Long's my starting now. Calais Campbell's a starter. You know what I mean? Like a good portion of these guys can definitely make an impact on my squad. The only problem is if I sell all these cards now that I grinded them, I can make about 2 million in coins. So I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I still want Calvin, but I could buy Calvin for about 1 million now, considering it's the night before Halloween and he's selling for close to 1 million. Or I could just, you know, complete the set, which I think I'm going to do. But before I do that, I want to show you guys how I did it. One of the most important things, obviously, is the rewards week to week. That really helped me get to this point. I think I might have had 2 reward sets, or 2 weeks of rewards from the weekend league and from the solo battles. So those are 2 ways that you're going to have to do pretty much to get yourself. I mean, you can get a good 400k in coins just through those 2 things every week. So that's one of them. The other one, obviously, solo challenges. These are all pretty obvious. I never thought I would do the training camp section, but I did it. Another really important one is objectives. You really have to grind out these objectives. You know what I mean? You have to see where you can get extra coins through easy objectives. This is really important, and I think that that's something that, you know, a lot of people don't necessarily do, but I needed coins. I needed a lot of coins, so I was really doing a lot of stuff based off the objectives. Like I wanted to complete 1,000, I think it's 1,000 solos, so I started doing these really cheap you know, training camp ones that I never thought I would do because you don't get a lot of coins from them. But because of the objectives, it made it worthwhile for this particular set. So make sure that you do those 3 things. Obviously, you know, MUT champions, weekend leagues, and solos and objectives. Those are probably one of the best ways to do it. But the way that I really got close quicker was pretty easy. It's doing 1 set. I did the, where are we at over here? I did the MUT tokens set, and I did the MUT tokens rewards. I did the flashbacks over and over and over and over, and oh my god, is it horrible to do this, but I did it. It was a grind. I just basically completed these tokens to the amount of times where I had 8 tokens, put them over here in the tokens rewards, got a couple of lucky pulls. When I got the trash pulls though, it really sucked, but I pulled about 3 Jordy Nelsons doing it, which was huge because he's selling for like 250. I'm not sure if he still is or not, but he was, you know, that was like the biggest one. Every time I pulled a Jordy Nelson, I knew I could flip him right away and get a card towards Calvin Johnson. So this is really important. Another way that an important tip to doing this though, other than trying to snipe cheap silver tokens and cheap gold tokens, is the elite tokens. You want to make the elite players for the elite tokens out of power-ups, so that's important. I'm pretty sure in my item binder I probably still got a lot of power-ups left over, because this is how I make my you know, like right here, these guys, this is how I make the elites. You know what I'm saying? I basically work these guys up with training points. That's why my training points is tapped. You know what I mean? So, and what I also do too, like if I'm going to replace a guy, like where are we at here? Like these guys. You know what I mean? These guys right here, say that I have a 91 overall linebacker or something like that. That's like a training points guy. I would basically just knock that guy down, get some of the training points back, knowing that I'm going to replace him with Anthony Barr. That really only worked out with Derwin James. I knocked down Landon Collins a couple of times. Same thing with Kyle Long. I knocked down Larry Allen a couple of times, and that guy gave me some cheap training points. I had Tony Gonzalez. I knocked him down a couple of times. Got Jimmy Graham. And then when they go down to like an 85 or an 84, I use them for the token set. So that's one tip where you can really maximize your roster. But other than that, like I said, I really just went through the power-ups. I buy cheap power-ups for like 1,000 coins or less, and I work them up with training points. You know, and that's probably the easiest way to complete those sets. You can complete them for about 40K, I'd say, and then you have a pretty good chance of at least doubling that every time you do that token set. So like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna look at some of these cheap power-ups here. If I can get to that one by mistake, I didn't hit that. But typically when you go into the power-up sets, you can get, you know, if you go through position by position, you can find some really cheap ones. Cornerback is like one of the cheapest ones pretty much every time. But another tip though is try to stay away from the ones that power up to like an 81. Like if they power up to an 81, an 83, or an 85, or they take a card to power them up at that point, they're kind of worthless. So you know, if you got like I was already looking at Derek Carr. I'm pretty sure Derek Carr here doesn't power up to an 80 like Matt Ryan does. I just used him. Matt Stafford, Derek Carr, these guys power up to an 81, so they kind of get in the way. You know what I mean? Like the 81, you're wasting coins. You're wasting training points at that point. You're spending 70 training points as opposed to 40 training points for a guy like Matt Ryan to get him an 80. So you have to be aware of that, but you're not necessarily going to know that until you buy some of them. So one of the ones like Brandon Graham, he was the one that I tried to use the most for the 84 overall, because I know he goes to an 84 and then he goes to an 86 rather than an 83 and an 85. Because like I said, you're wasting training points that way. Other than that, for cheap silver tokens, might as well go through the whole thing here. The best way to me to get cheap silver tokens is just buy them. I mean, the 69, the 66 or 69, if you set it to that and go team to team, you'll find some of the better deals that way that won't show up if you go position to position. That I noticed. So I'll set 66 to 69 if I need that, and then I'll just go position to go team to team, just down the line. I won't just skip ahead like I am now, but I'll just go through the whole thing. You'll find some for like 400 and stuff like that. I'm not going to really find that now. I'm not really wasting my time now, but that's just one way that if you need to complete the silver tokens, team to team is probably going to populate more of the cheaper ones than going position to position. But for whatever reason, that's not the same way with any of the other ones. Just the 66 to 69 is the one I noticed that on. But if you're going 70, if you're going this one here, so you got to finish it with 75 to 79s, I'm just going to go through position again. So this one, 70 to 74s, all that, I'm going position to position. And I feel like I'm going to find the best deals doing it that way. So that's just a quick tip on how I saved as much. You got to save as much coin as possible to do it this way. The last tip I would say is I would start off, every time I would start off a new you know, set, try to complete a new set, I would always go to get a player, and I would just buy it over and over and over. I'd spend about 20K on getting a new player. You're going to be surprised at how often you're going to pull, like that's right there. I already saved some money getting a 66, but you're going to be surprised how often you pull golds. So to me, this was the best way to start. And then once I do this about like 50 times, I'll go and I'll complete the sets by sniping individual cards that I need to complete the tokens. So this is a good way to save it, because the average card in silver you're gonna find is like 550 anyway. So you're saving 50 coins just by doing it like this. And like I said, when you do pull the golds, and you'll even pull like 75s and stuff. I pulled the 75 or higher a couple of times. You know, more than a couple times really, but when you do this like 50 times, and I'm trying to do that just to show you that it happens, you'll pull ones that really make it worthwhile, like cards that are worth like 2K, and you could always sell them back too, or like I ended up doing, using them for training points a lot. So like I said, this is pretty much it. I'm not gonna do this too long. I'm not having a lot of luck with anything really. Like from the visuals I'm showing you right now, it looks like I'm full of shit. The way that I'm not getting any golds here, the way that all the power-up cards were expensive, but I didn't really put the same amount of time into it either. I'm just glossing over it here rather than the time and effort and the energy that I really put into grinding this card out, to grinding this set out, I mean. But like I said, I would like to see one gold card pop up so I don't seem like a liar. I also don't want to spend too much because I got to get that last card. But like I said, I think I am going to finish the set, just because I wanted to finish the set. And like I said, Calvin Johnson tonight is selling for a lot more than he typically is. I'm just going to do this one more time. I can always get this money back just either by selling the cards or by creating a playbook. I guess that's it. I'm not going to keep doing this. Like I said, when I was doing this, you get lucky sometimes. You'll get a lot of golds, more golds than silver sometimes. So it's definitely worthwhile. So I'm going to complete this set. Full disclosure though, I did actually end up trading a ebook for coins the very last 100K, because I wanted to finish this before Halloween night. So I did actually hit a guy up and say, hey man, give me 100 coins, 100,000 coins, and I'll give you an ebook. So full disclosure, shout out to him. If he's watching this video, you know, say your name in the comment section. Other than that, let's go ahead and let's finish this set. Let's put Calvin Johnson into our lineup. if I can remember where it was. And you know, this was the plan. I wanted to make a video the whole time about how you can do this without spending money, without having any coins really. So I'm gonna buy the cheapest guy. He's been here a while. We're gonna buy him, and boom, we're in the house, man. Let's see how much money we got left over. We might have like 60K left, right? 50K, that's fine. If I really want to, if I don't like Calvin Johnson, I could always sell him for close to $1 million after I use him for a little bit. So, all right, yeah, I guess I can't do the quick sell. So now you're going to see what it looks like to finish Calvin. And then Calvin Benjamin, I'm probably just going to quick sell. So here we go. We got Calvin Johnson. I think I get to pick. I probably get to pick my chemistry if I had to bet. I don't know what the two. There's two of them here, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. But let's go ahead. Let's pick Calvin out. I guess I don't get to pick his chemistry, maybe because it's different this year, so I guess that makes sense. But Calvin Johnson, man, what a beast. 7 foot tall right now. I wish he was 7 foot tall all the time. I can sell him for 9,000 training points. What the hell's that about? All right, so yeah, open the next one. Let's see what that is. Hopefully it's something cool, makes it worthwhile to do the set rather than just buy Calvin Johnson. I guess I'm just getting them all back. So pretty much what I thought it would be. I thought I was going to get something cool there, something special. That's fine. So, you know, I didn't put the chems on them, luckily. So now we have it set. Let's just go ahead and let's just do our team, hit the best team overall. Who knows? Maybe Calvin Johnson will get my team to a 91 because I know I'm not too far off from the next one up. So let's go ahead and let's put these guys in. See what we got. And no overall change, but that's fine. We're still got a monster squad. When I add the chems, who knows? When I add some of these chems up, maybe it'll do that. So let's do that real quick. So there we have it. I didn't even finish doing the chems, and we're already to a 91. So I did the 3 times go deep on Calvin Johnson. I did Derwin James. I didn't even get to the rest. I still have some of these guys to do, and we're already there. So I'm gonna end the video there. There's no way I'm gonna go to a 92. And that's it. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, do me a favor, like button, I'll do that. If you want to see a gameplay of Calvin Johnson, let me know in the comment section or hit the like button, I'll do that. Other than that, thanks for watching, Madden Money Shit out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.